Hey guys, it's T. Mitchell from Traveler's Cart, and we just wanted to give a huge thank you to Rice University for always supporting local Houston restaurants. Today, Morgan and I are delivering a big catering order to the university. Let us take you behind the scenes.
Many are grieving the loss of an entire family in the River Oaks area after Houston police say a man fatally shot his 2 young children and wife before then killing himself.
The couple own 2 popular Montrose restaurants.
Jason Miles is live outside the family's home on Kingston Street after speaking with both friends and neighbors. Jason.
2 teddy bears, some flowers, and a note now sit in the entryway to what was the home of a loving family from all outward appearances.
I mean, I guess this could go for a lot of people, but it always seemed like nothing was wrong.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that has shaken Houston to its core, a tragedy so sudden and so complete that it left an entire city searching for answers that may never come. This is the story of Matthew Mitchell, and their 2 young children, a family that, from every outward appearance, was living the dream. Until one night in May 2026, when that dream ended in unimaginable violence inside their beautiful River Oaks home. Let me take you through what happened, step by step, with the facts we know, the context that matters, and the questions that still haunt everyone who followed this family's journey. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we cover stories like this with the depth and honesty they deserve. Let's begin. The first time most of Houston heard the names Thy and Matthew Mitchell was through their restaurants. In 2019, they opened Traveler's Table in the heart of Montrose, a vibrant, globally inspired restaurant that quickly became one of the city's most celebrated dining destinations. The concept was personal, food as the ultimate bridge between cultures. Dishes drawn from Vietnam, Thailand, India, Nigeria, Australia, Japan, and beyond. It wasn't fusion for the sake of trendiness. It was honest, thoughtful, rooted in real respect for the hands that make street food and home cooking around the world. Thy Mitchell, a first-generation Vietnamese American, brought deep personal roots to the project. She grew up spending weekends in her family's restaurant, learning the rhythms of service, the importance of hospitality, and the power of a shared meal. She earned her undergraduate degree from the University of Houston and later obtained a master's from Penn State. Before fully committing to the restaurant world, she built a strong corporate career in human resources and leadership roles at major Fortune 500 companies in hospitality and retail. She knew how to build teams, how to lead with vision, and how to create experiences that people remembered. Matthew Mitchell, 52, came to the industry from a completely different path. He was a man who had already succeeded in multiple high-profile worlds. A graduate of Emory University who had studied at Oxford, he built an early career as a journalist, filing stories from London, Paris, and New York. Later, he transitioned into the pharmaceutical industry in Texas, eventually rising to president and CEO of a clinical research company. But something pulled him toward food and hospitality. He trained at the Art Institute of Houston and poured that same drive into building restaurants alongside his wife. Together, they were a power couple in the truest sense. They met around 2010, bonded over their shared love of travel and food, and married in Mexico. Their restaurants reflected that partnership. Traveler's Table earned national attention, appeared on major food television shows, and became a go-to spot for celebrations, business dinners, and anyone craving bold, worldly flavors in Houston. In 2024, they expanded with Traveler's Cart, a more casual, vibrant sister concept focused on global street food. The energy was electric, the reviews glowing, and the community support genuine. By 2025, the Houston chapter of the Texas Restaurant Association named them Restaurateurs of the Year. It was a crowning achievement, recognition not just of their business success, but of their contributions to the local industry. Thy, in particular, had become a rising star. She was dynamic, creative, and deeply involved. She had recently launched her own travel-inspired clothing line. She hosted industry events, mentored others, and brought fresh energy wherever she went. Just days before tragedy struck, she had hosted a Houston Restaurant Association social at their establishment with dozens of industry professionals in attendance. Her impression was so strong that the association invited her to join their board. Craig Howard, the president, later described her as exactly the kind of fresh, dynamic leader they needed, a bright star in every sense. On the surface, their personal life looked just as golden. They lived in a stunning home on Kingston Street in the upscale River Oaks neighborhood, a $1.20 million-plus property that represented years of hard work and success. They had 2 beautiful children, Maya, their 8-year-old daughter, and Max, their 4-year-old son. They was also pregnant with their 3rd child. Family photos showed joy, shopping trips for dresses ahead of a wedding, playful moments, bright smiles, and the kind of everyday happiness most parents cherish. Vice Instagram captured this life beautifully. One post, made just about 10 days before May 4th, showed her with Matthew. The caption was light-hearted and loving, something along the lines of him thinking they would grow old together, with her joking that she was Asian so she might not outlive him. It was playful, charming, the kind of gentle teasing that happy couples share. People laughed, commented heart emojis, and kept scrolling. It felt warm and relatable. No one reading it at the time could have imagined the darkness that was coming. Her final public post showed her and young Maya shopping for dresses, mother and daughter sharing one of those ordinary, beautiful moments that feel infinite until they're not. There were no signs of distress. No cryptic messages. No hints that anything was wrong. Just a woman fully present in her life, building, creating, loving, and planning. Then came the silence. Sunday, May 4th, 2026, passed without the usual activity from a family as engaged as the Mitchells. No returned calls. No answered messages. For someone as active and connected as they, a woman who had just been surrounded by industry colleagues days earlier, the sudden quiet felt immediately wrong. By Monday evening, concern had grown too heavy to ignore. The family's babysitter, along with thy sister, made the difficult decision to request a welfare check. At approximately 5:26 p.m. on May 4th, Houston Police Department officers arrived at the home on the 2100 block of Kingston Street. What they found inside was devastating. 4 people, all unresponsive, all victims of gunshot wounds. Matthew Mitchell, 52. Thy Mitchell, 39. Their daughter Maya, 8. Their son Max, 4. They was pregnant with their 3rd child at the time. The scene told a clear but heartbreaking story. Evidence indicated no forced entry, no signs of outside involvement, and no struggle suggesting another perpetrator. Houston police quickly determined this was a murder-suicide. Matthew had shot his wife and 2 children before turning the gun on himself. The children were found in their beds. The medical examiner later confirmed the causes. Maya, and Max died from gunshot wounds. Matthew died by suicide. In the days that followed, the Houston restaurant community reeled. Colleagues who had celebrated with Thy just days earlier struggled to process the news. Restaurants that had collaborated with the Mitchells posted tributes. Traveler's Table and Traveler's Cart made the decision to remain open, with staff showing up to honor the legacy by continuing the work they had poured herself into. Their statement thanked loyal team members and asked for unity and respect during an impossibly difficult time. Thy sister, Lai Mai, shared a heartbroken post confirming the deaths and remembering her sister and the children with love. Friends described Thy as creative, honest, visionary, someone who made every room brighter simply by entering it. She was remembered for her warmth, her drive, her support for others in the industry, and her genuine passion for bringing people together through food and culture. The tributes poured in from across Houston's food scene. People spoke of her energy, her ability to inspire, her commitment to celebrating global traditions while building something distinctly her own in Texas. One industry voice said she was never happier than when helping others celebrate. That spirit had made Traveler's Table and Traveler's Cart special places for birthdays, anniversaries, and big group gatherings. As the city mourned, the inevitable questions rose to the surface. How could this happen? How could a family that appeared so successful, so connected, so full of life hide such darkness? Houston police confirmed there were no prior domestic violence calls to the residents. Court records showed no criminal investigations or civil lawsuits that would have raised red flags. On paper, they were clean. In the community, they were admired. That absence of obvious warning signs has fueled intense public discussion. People revisited Thy's final Instagram posts, noting the painful irony in the light-hearted joke about growing old together. Others examined the professional dynamic. While both built the restaurants, they had become the more visible, ascending face, the one invited onto boards, launching side projects, radiating energy while managing restaurants, a clothing line, and a growing family. Matthew, with his impressive previous careers in journalism and pharma, had stepped into this new chapter alongside her. Some wondered quietly whether that shift created unseen tension. The age difference, Matthew at 52, Thy at 39, also drew attention online. 13 years apart, with Thy in what many saw as the prime of her career and personal expansion. A third pregnancy on top of 2 young children and thriving businesses added another layer of complexity. The hospitality industry itself is notoriously demanding. Long hours, high stress, thin margins even in successful operations. Some speculated about hidden financial pressures, though no public record supported major issues. Yet every one of these remains speculation. No note has been publicly reported. No clear motive released by authorities. The only person who could truly explain what happened inside that home on Kingston Street that night chose to take those answers with him. That silence leaves a void that theories rush to fill, but the truth is we may never fully know. What we do know is the human cost. 2 young children, Maya, just 8, full of life and excitement about dresses and family weddings. Max, only 4, still at the beginning of everything. An unborn child who never got the chance to take a first breath. And Thy Mitchell, a woman who had built something meaningful, who represented creativity, resilience, and the immigrant success story so many admire. Her life ended far too soon, in a way no one who knew her could have predicted. This case forces us to confront uncomfortable realities about how well we truly see the people around us. We live in an era where curated social media highlights the wins, the restaurant openings, the awards, the family outings, the playful couple moments. Behind those highlights, people carry burdens they may never voice. Mental health struggles, identity shifts after career changes, the pressure of maintaining a public image of success, the isolation that can come even in a crowded, supportive industry. These things don't always leave obvious trails. Murder-suicides, especially those involving entire families, are rare but devastating. They often occur in moments of perceived total loss of control, deep depression, or unresolved despair. Research shows that many cases involve individuals who appeared functional or even highly accomplished right up until the end. That doesn't make it easier to accept. It makes it more unsettling. The question that lingers most painfully is about the children. If there were struggles between the adults, what role did Maya and Max play? They were innocent. They deserved the chance to grow up, to experience the world their parents loved so much, to carry forward the creativity and passion their mother embodied. Their deaths represent a level of finality and selfishness that is difficult for most people to comprehend. In the aftermath, the Houston community has responded with grief, support for the staff, and calls for greater awareness around mental health. The restaurants remain open as a tribute, a way to keep the doors swinging and the kitchens running in honor of what was built. That resilience says something powerful about the industry Thy helped shape. Thy Mitchell's story deserves to be remembered for her life, not only for how it ended. A first-generation Vietnamese-American woman who turned childhood restaurant experience and corporate expertise into nationally recognized success. A mother who cherished moments with her daughter. A visionary who believed food could tell stories and connect people. A leader who lifted others in the Houston food scene. That is the legacy worth holding on to. As we close this chapter for today, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. Check on the people around you, not just the ones who seem to be struggling, but also the ones who seem to have it all together. Success doesn't immunize anyone from pain. If you or someone you know is struggling, resources like the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline are available 24/7. Reaching out is strength, not weakness. What are your thoughts on this case? Have you ever been shocked by a tragedy where no one saw warning signs? Share them respectfully in the comments. This isn't about sensationalism, it's about remembering Thy, Maya, Max, and the life they should have continued living, while acknowledging the devastating reality of what happened. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth looks at stories that matter. We'll continue following any new developments in this investigation. Until next time, stay safe, stay compassionate, and remember the human stories behind the headlines. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.